Hello world, it's your girl Princess V, the creator of Love Clearly, and here we are back with another video. We are doing something that I did, I believe, a whole year ago. I went on this journey of Road to Higher Self. There's about 10 episodes that I have on my channel, and then I went MIA. Like, life started lifing in the best way possible, and I was just totally enjoying the moment. But now I'm back in my home state, and it's time to get the ball rolling yet again. So we are doing a Road to Higher Self Season 2. And this is where we're just here to look for tools that are going to be useful to help us progress in life, to get us to where we want to go. Because at the end of the day, majority of us are at places that we want to expand on. Nobody's really quite satisfied where they're currently at. And if you have that hunger for more and you want to see more of life and do more with life and expand more within yourself, then definitely stick around, because I have some helpful tips that's going to help you to get on your road to your higher self. All right, so let's get into this video. Okay, so we are on season 2 of Road to Higher Self. Now here in this space, we are all about empowerment. We're all about wellness and health, and just really trying to do things that empower us and have us feel better and more full and more whole within ourselves. Now, the message of this Road to Higher Self Season 2 Episode 1 is keep showing up. That's the message. The message is keep showing up. It's very easy to get lost in life. It's very easy to set goals and then forget about them because, life started happening, whether it's in a good way or a bad way, but either way, you're getting pulled from where you currently want to be. We're going to keep showing up regardless of how we feel. Keep showing up regardless of how we look. Keep showing up regardless of what's going on, because that is something our soul is wanting us to do. So let's go into some tips that's going to help us get us there. So the first tip that I would give you when it comes to this journey of showing up for yourself, especially on your Road to Higher Self journey, it would be that your morning routines are top tier. It's something that sets the tone for your entire day. Morning routines can be as elaborate as a 10-step to-do list before you start your day, or it can be something as small as 1 or 2 things. I used to be someone who had a very long to-do list. Like, my list had literally 10 different things. I'd probably get 5 or 7 done and then be like, okay, at least I did more than half and I'm happy with it. Now I'm getting more comfortable with where I am at as far as who I'm currently embodying, and I've gotten to a point where I can slow down my morning routine just a bit. So for example, mine is really just getting some time to journal in quiet and read in quiet. Once I can do that, I have the mindset ready to just take on whatever comes my way. So morning routines, again, it can look as elaborate or as simple as you want it to be, as long as it is what is bringing your focus back to self, so that way you can move in through your day already knowing you prioritize yourself, so now you can pour from a cup that's already full. So morning routines, top tier. I recommend it. There's so many different videos on YouTube of different morning routines you can incorporate. You can look up some, you can take some of mine, which is just reading and journaling. Totally up to you. It's your life, so do it how you please. So tip number 2 would be stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Let me cook, okay? So whenever you're wanting to do something, whether it's hang out with your friends, go out to a party, go to a networking event, whatever it is that you want to do, sometimes what can stop us, at least most women that I can relate to, is like we stop from actually going to various events or doing things because we're just not ready. Whether our nails aren't done, our hair isn't done, we don't have any clothes, we're not prepared. So what I'm saying is step number 2 is stay ready so you don't have to get ready. If you get a phone call right now, are you ready to just drop everything and go? I'm not saying you should, but if you wanted to, you had the space to, would you be able to, or would you have to go home, spend an hour or 2 getting yourself ready and then go? That's where I myself am learning to merge the two. I have a way of being somewhat ready, but as you can see, my nails aren't done. My hair, it's not as done as it usually is, but hey, at least it's not as bad as it could be, you know? So it's just incorporating little ways so that way it makes your events of the day go a lot smoother. When you're already ready, you can really do anything your heart desires because you are ready. So you want to stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. And now for anybody, whether you're male or female, if you're looking for something to start working on, like, okay, what do you mean stay ready? Like, expand more on that. What I mean is, there's a very basic 3 things that every human being should prioritize. Whether you do or don't, it is what it is, but it should be at the top of your list. These are the most basic parts of the human body, which is the hair, skin, and nails. Whether you're male or female, those should be prioritized, because I'm not saying you should be painting your nails if you're a male, but you can get them cleaned and buffed and cut and all that good stuff. And your hair, whether it's being cut as far as a full-on barber, or it's being styled, or it's getting braided, or for us women, we're doing sew-ins, or we're going natural, or perms, or whatever we're doing. Prioritizing that. When it comes to our skin, we all have different type of skins. The skin is the biggest organ in our body. So everybody's skin is different. How can we prioritize it? And not just the skin that we see on the outside, but the skin that we see underneath. Is it discolored? Is there scars? Is it something you're going to work on? But just prioritizing those 3 main aspects will get you already in the zone of getting ready, so you don't have to staying ready, so you don't have to get ready, because you're going to have your nails done. You're going to have your hair done. Your skin's already going to look like it's glowing. So now it's really about the external aspects as far as clothes and shoes, and hair also includes, if you are a woman and you like to have your legs shaved, shaving that every week. Don't let it get all hairy again and then shaving it. Just keeping yourself up. It's part of, being our best feminine self. And trust me, there's so much more to come with that topic as I continue my journey of showing up for myself, okay? So that's tip number 2. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is about keeping your purpose at the front of your brain. Know why you're doing this. And that's something I, to this day, am still reminding myself to put at the front. I'm an Aquarius. I am a natural overthinker. I can plan a million ways that one scenario can work out. I can really get so in depth in my thought that I'm feeling the feelings of this made up scenario. Like, it can get real crazy over here sometimes. But what I've learned in my journey of life is I have to know why I'm doing something. Because if I don't know my why, I don't care. Like, if I don't know my why, I don't want to do nothing. Okay? I know I can use that very example when it comes to my daughter and parenting. I know why I show up for her, because I want her to be her best self. I know why I do things for her, because I want her to know that her mother loves her and that I love her and she loves me, and I want to go ahead and make sure I build a great relationship with my daughter. That is my why. Now, when I look back to myself, what is my why for showing up? My why for showing up is the fact that I really want to help people in the world, and not just in the very most basic way of just helping talk through something, but to help show new, eccentric, positive, free-flowing ways of living and experimenting with this thing called life. It's something that we are blessed with, and what I've learned is whether you have a good perspective on life or a negative perspective on life, it's going to come true. So why not help shift the tide so it could work in your favor? All right, come on now, So, know your purpose. Keep at the front of your brain. Remind yourself over and over, like, why you're doing this. What is the point of this? Why? Because you want to. Because it frees your soul. Because it's your calling. Because it's your purpose. Because God told you to show up. Because this is where you want to be. Know your purpose and keep it at the front of your brain. And if you see me looking down, just know I got notes, baby. I'm a note taker, baby. All right. So that was step number 3. Keep your purpose at the front of your brain. It will fuel you during your journey. Sometimes I might feel like I'm a very high-spirited person, but there'll be times where if I don't get enough sleep, I'm tired. If I'm hungry, I'm tired. If I feel like I just don't even know what I'm doing with myself right now, I'm drained. If I spend too long scrolling, I am literally like lights on, nobody's home. Like, there's so many different things that can pull me away from my purpose. But you have to intentionally remind yourself of your why. Why are you doing this? Why do you want this? Why are you showing up? Where do you see yourself going? Just ask yourself these questions. That way you can really know more about who you are, what you want, and where you're going. Tip number 4, we are going to limit distractions. They'll knock you off your game. Your distractions will knock you off your game, especially if you prioritize your distractions over yourself. Distractions can vary from anything, whether it's social media, whether it's TV, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's work. There's so many different ways that you can be distracted. Distracting is simply anything that pulls you away from something that you're currently doing. And when you're focused on yourself and you're really wanting to expand on this person that you have been blessed with, you can't really entertain too much distractions, because this journey of finding yourself and going on the road to your higher self and getting to know who you are, it's going to take up all your time. It really is. Like, yes, you might have free time to go hang out here and go to work and do X, Y, and Z, but on the nights where your soul needs to be heard, on the days where you just want to like isolate and focus on you, you have to be able to do that. And you can't wake up one day like, oh, I'm gonna go to the park, to the beach, be in nature, just enjoy my space, like no screen time, all this wonderful stuff. And then you get a call first thing in the morning like, hey girl, you wanna go to brunch? You wanna go get some lunch? Like, you wanna go do a class over here? Like, you wanna just go have fun? And then automatically you're like, oh my God, that excites me. That is great for me as well. I'm gonna go here. But the difference between choosing option A or option B would be yourself. You go hang out with your friends. Yes, you're having a great time, but by the time you're done drinking, by the time you're done having fun, you come home and you're exhausted. You go into nature and you go expand on your consciousness and have a great time. You're gonna end up leaving that area feeling way more refreshed and replenished. So if you were to still meet up with your friend after you take care of yourself, you go into that with so much more energy. So what I'm saying is, don't really just cut out all distractions, especially if it's healthy and good distractions. What I'm saying is prioritize yourself over them. So if you want to do something that is not really best for your higher self, make sure you do what is necessary for your higher self first. So whether that's going to journal, going to read, going to meditate, going into nature, going to a spa day for yourself, whatever it is that you can do to prioritize you, and then you can go and pour into other people's cups and hang out and do whatever it is that your heart desires. And a little tip I want to share when it comes to limiting distractions: if you're single, you need to limit yourself from situationships, because that's something that I've realized in my life. I've always been single, but I've always had situationships. Now with those, it can be a bit distracting as well, especially if it's not strictly business. If it's strictly business where you're just, scratching an itch and going back home, you focus on you, they focus on them, then fine. But if it's where there's a communication, we're keeping up with each other, we're doing all the other stuff, you're now distracting yourself. You're now focused on that instead of focusing on what you have going on. And then you're sitting there engaging in this situationship, having all this great time, and then all of a sudden, you don't get a text back or a call back because that situationship is now busy, and you're just sitting there like, what do I do with myself? I have no purpose because who I was talking to for all this time has now went MIA. That is just what happens in life. And at the end of the day, you still will always have to come back to self. And this is why I will always say prioritize self first, because that's your foundation. You can do whatever it is your heart desires. But if yourself is not at the forefront of your life and you're not taking care of yourself first, when things get rocky and turbulent, you're not going to know what to do. You're really going to sit there like, life is on top of my back. Like, life is crushing me down and I can't move. And that's never a good feeling, baby. It is not, okay? Now let's move into number 5. Last tip of this episode of showing up for yourself. Number 5 is romanticize your life. Understand that this is your life and you can live it how you want to. What we see in the movies when the girls are waking up, putting on music, dancing around, having fun, you can do that too. What you see in the movies of somebody waking up early, putting on their workout clothes, running outside and exercising and saying hello to the sun as it rises up, you can do that too. When you see in the movies of somebody setting up their bathroom, putting lights in there, incense, having all this stuff so that it's like this big old party in the bathroom, you can do that too. Whatever it is that romanticizes your life. I know for me, when I had my apartment, I watched this movie called Simple Favored. It has Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, I believe, in it. And it's pretty much like this movie of basically like this like upper class lady who just abandons her child on this other lady, but really she has so much going on and she's scheming and it's just crazy. But long story short, the lady who was this upper class lady, she always had French music playing. And the French music to her made her feel like she was in like Paris, like living luxurious or whatever the case is. So what I went ahead and did was in the mornings I'd play French music. Of course now I don't get the chance to because I'm not in my own place anymore. But like I'll still play music. I'll still do a little something to like I'm in the bathroom to make my shower fun. Like it's all about romanticizing it in whichever way your heart desires. It's your life. You can do whatever you choose with it. And when you romanticize it, it gives you an enjoyment. It gives you a fulfillment because it's like, okay, I just did the most basic thing ever, like washing the dishes. I just went and washed this dishes, but because I watched something mentally stimulating, because I sat here and I had good thoughts, or because I washed dishes in a certain way, because I'm being intentional, or whatever it is, it now made this small little minor task be like the best thing ever. Same with laundry. I love doing laundry because it reminds me of when I was a child and I'd be playing dollies, putting my clothes away for my baby, and it's like, now I'm literally doing that. I'm folding my baby's clothes, I'm putting it away, I'm washing it. Like I'm doing something I used to do as a child, but as an adult in real life. And it's fun for me. It helps me, like, be happy. It's just what it is. But anyways, like that is just my way of romanticizing my own life. But there's many different ways. Of course, you could always look up some stuff. It's endless. There's many, many, many ways, especially depending on the level of self-dating or self-awareness that you're at. Now, and that is pretty much it when it comes to my tips when it comes to being on the road to your higher self and showing up for yourself. So a quick little recap. We are going to, 1, prioritize our morning routines because morning routines are top tier. 2, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That way, anything pops up, you're like, yes, I'll be there because, hey, I'm ready. All right. Number 3, keep your purpose at the front of your brain. Know what it is that you're doing because that's what you're doing. Number 4, limit your distractions because they'll knock you off your game. Okay. Distractions are nightmares. Number 5, romanticize your life. It's your life to live. You can do with it as you please. Now, I am sending everybody peace, love, happiness, health, and wellness. I am Princess V, the creator of Love Clearly, and may we meet again. Bye.